Hey guys, it's Fee, and I am here for my 32-week update. I am 33 weeks and 1 day today, so I have the last week to catch you guys up on. First of all, 33 weeks and 1 day. I'm down to 7 weeks. The countdown is 7 weeks. Technically, little boy could show up anywhere between 4 and 9, somewhere in there. So we shall see. I'm definitely starting to get excited. Donnie's starting to get excited. Obviously, we want little DJ to simmer for at least 4 more weeks. Full term is 37, but we are definitely starting to get excited and slightly impatient, but that's all right. So, last I left you, I believe, was last Monday. And I have had 2 doctor's appointments since then, and I had a baby shower. So I'm going to catch you up on that stuff. First, I'm going to start with the first doctor's appointment, which was on, I just put my calendar down, I don't know why I did that. It was on Tuesday, August 25th, was my 32-week appointment. Was pretty uneventful, actually, except for one thing. This blood pressure of mine really likes throwing people for a loop. They took it, and if you recall, the last time I had said my it seems to kind of go up and down. It was up for a little while, caused them to do a preeclampsia screening, which I was free and clear of, and then the last time I was there, it dropped back down. It dropped back down, no problems, and I thought that I'm just trying to keep calm, and maybe that's helping, I don't know. But when I went in for this 32-week appointment, they obviously took my blood pressure again, and it was 142/82. And I was like, what is going on here? This blood pressure is just all over the place. Well, that particular appointment, I finally saw the 4th and final doctor from the practice that I am with, and her first reaction I thought was pretty funny. She's like, yeah, you know what, maybe we won't write that one down. Why don't you lay on your left side for a few minutes and I will take it again. And sure enough, she took it again and it was 126/63. I mean, what a crazy difference just from the way I'm laying, I guess. So she took that and she was like, yeah, you know what, you're fine. Don't worry about it. So that really was the only thing that happened. That's remotely mentionable at that appointment. I had another appointment yesterday, actually, and it was also my first non-stress test. I am going to be on that machine every week now until the end. And when I scheduled that one was kind of scheduled at the last minute because my weekly appointments were going to start at 34. But because they wanted an NST at week 33, that put me to weekly appointments at 33. And because it was kind of a last-minute schedule, I just took whichever doctor was available. Unfortunately, it ended up kind of being my least favorite doctor out of the 4. Of course, there's always got to be one that's going to end up on the bottom of the list. He's all right, really he is, but I think he's a little more traditional, I would say, than the other ones. I'll get to that in a minute. But they strapped me to the NST, the non-stress test, and honestly, I got to tell you, I was a little concerned because this little boy's kind of mellow. I don't want to say he doesn't move a lot, but he doesn't do big movements a lot. He's kind of a wiggle worm. It kind of feels like he's just kind of doing this all day long, which I guess counts, but when they strap you to that machine, they're kind of looking for big movements. This practice, at least, they wanted 2 large movements and resulting jumps in the heartbeat, I guess, to prove the movements or something like that. I don't have a good understanding of it. But he was pretty docile at first. He was just kind of chilling. And they were like, all right, let's get this little boy moving and then maybe lay on my left side and drink some ice cold water. And between the ice water and the straps, he started moving right away. I don't know which one he didn't like. Obviously, cold drinks makes them go, whoa, and they start moving around a lot. But I noticed that after I did that, he started kicking in the particular spots, the the little discs are that they put on your belly. I guess he just did not like those there. So they got what they needed, and I passed that. DJ passed his first NST, so that's good. And after that, I did see the doctor again, did all of the regular checkups and whatnot. And when I talked to you guys last, I mentioned that I was going to start asking these doctors some questions about what I can and can't do should I be able to get a room at my hospital with a tub. Well, this particular doctor, this one that I saw was, like I said, I'm viewing him as more traditional of the four. So I'm going to ask these same questions to my main doctor especially, who I will see next week. But this particular doctor that I asked about, the birthing tub and how I can go about making sure I can get one, to his knowledge, despite what the hospital said, it's kind of a first come, first serve. So luck of the draw, no reservations or anything like that. So we'll see. I'm going to keep asking these questions and see if there's anything I can do to guarantee that I get one of these rooms that has a tub, since not all of them have it. And the other thing, before I can even ask anything, he was, I believe his exact words were that they were not in the business of getting in the way of my birthing experience. So whatever way I wanted to labor was fine. If I wanted to labor in the water, that was fine. But the next thing that fell out of his mouth was, if I recall, the exact way he said it was, we're not porpoises, we don't give birth in the water. At that point, it was like, yeah, I'm just going to leave this alone because I'm not going to get anywhere with this guy. So obviously that is one doctor of the four that's not okay with water births. And honestly, you know what? If that's the same answer I get from all of them, I'm not going to change practices this late in the game just for something that I honestly didn't think was even going to be an option for me. I really didn't think a water birth was even going to be in my cards. So if that's the answer I end up getting, I'm okay with that, but I do want to try and labor in the water, so that I'm going to be pushing for that. But again, I am going to ask these same questions to my main doctor and any of the other ones should I see them again. I believe I've made my rounds through all of them now, and they attempt to have me see my main doctor from here on out. With the exception of one visit, which is with one of the main nurses, who actually I have found out happens to have previously worked in the labor and delivery at my hospital in the recent past. So I will probably be asking her particularly if she knows anything about anything that has to be done, warning labor and delivery that, I may be going into labor soon, and, she wants one of these rooms with a tub, and see what she says about that. But at this point, I'm not too worried. The nurse at the hospital tour, when we went to go see the hospital, did say that she thought I had a pretty good chance of getting one of the rooms just based on when my due date was, because apparently they're crazy busy right now, but they seem to slow down in the fall for whatever reason. So we'll see. We'll see. It's not an end-all be-all with me, but if I can get one of those rooms, that would be great. So that's everything with the appointments, except one thing. And I am totally excited about this. I'm going to get another ultrasound. I didn't think I was going to get another ultrasound. They had told me that unless they were worried about size or position, that I wasn't going to get another one, which, let me tell you, that was like culture shock. You go from having ultrasounds every single week for the first 14 weeks when you're at an IVF clinic. And then you got to wait a little while and you have your anatomy scan around 1920. Mine was at 20. And I haven't had an ultrasound since, and it's just been like, oh my gosh. But I was getting used to it. I was just going to be like, all right, that's fine. Not going to worry. But when I did go yesterday, the doctor said that I am measuring a couple weeks ahead. And generally they're not too worried about that because I am a bigger girl. And he tried to be politically correct when he said this. I can't remember exactly how he worded it, but I remember I was fine with the way he said it. But essentially he was saying that they tend to send the slightly larger girls for an extra ultrasound just to make sure that baby is not, 17 pounds. So I honestly, I don't think that's going to be an issue. I'm starting to really feel little DJ put on weight. I'll get to that in a minute. But I don't think that's it. I really don't. I just think, I had a belly in the first place when I got pregnant. So this isn't all baby. Some of it's cheeseburgers and burritos. And that's just a fact. So I am going to get another ultrasound just to make sure of his size. And also because when I went for the 20-week ultrasound, the doctor at Labor and Delivery that checked over that ultrasound did recommend another one because she saw that I had MTHFR. She knew what it was. I was amazed. I was happy that someone was able to keep that in mind. And she did recommend another one just to make sure that growth is okay. Not that growth is too much, that growth is happening as it should. The MTHFR thing can cause you to have clots. And obviously if there's a clot in the placenta and baby is not getting everything that he needs, then that's going to make him grow slower. So while I'm not worried about that, I'm not worried about it. They want to make sure that he's growing good, that he's not growing too small, that he's not growing too big. So I'm fine with that. So that is going to be at, I want to say 34 weeks and 6 days. So just at about 35 weeks. On September 15th, I will get another ultrasound. So I'm happy that I'm getting another ultrasound. And I'm happy that they're checking for these things, though I'm not worried. For the first time, I can say I'm not worried. It's taken me this long to not be worried, despite them throwing all these ifs at me and whatnot. They don't seem worried, so I'm not worried either. So that's it doctor-wise. Symptoms. Not too much has changed on that front except one thing. And it was kind of sudden. We're going to call it pelvic girdle pain because I believe that is what it is. I know a few of the people that I've watched in the past have had this. And they have said that it is just nasty. And I got to tell you, I completely discounted it. In my mind, I'm thinking, well, the pelvis is a pretty big bone. How bad could it be? Well, let me tell you. I woke up with this pain one morning out of the clear blue sky. It wasn't like slow onset or anything. It was like just there one morning. It actually happened in the middle of the night. I went to roll over from one side to another, and it was like, what is that? It was, I can't even describe the sensation, but it definitely caught my attention. And I could kind of tell that it wasn't, anything to be concerned about. It felt like it was coming from the bone. It felt like it was coming from the pelvic area. So this was at 3 in the morning. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to go to sleep. I'll be fine. I'll figure it out in the morning. Rolled over, finished rolling over. Went back to sleep. And when I got up the next morning, I got out of my bed and I got up really slowly and it was like, oh, this is not going to be fun. So I get the pain, especially when I'm rolling over in bed. I get the pain when I first stand up. And depending on the day, today's one of those days, depending on the day, there is pain as I walk. There's been a couple of days where it hasn't been that bad, but there are other days where, I just don't want to get up. And that's not a good thing because I need to keep moving. So pelvic girdle pain. And I did tell the doctors about this, and I described it to them, and I let them tell me what it was, and that's exactly what they said it was. And I also told my chiropractor, and he agreed that's exactly what it was. Bottom line is, you get to the third trimester, your body starts making this hormone called relaxin that literally relaxes all the muscles and ligaments down there, which is what you want, obviously. But some of us, we get this pelvic pain from it. And also, I am sure little boy is putting on weight. Little boy is definitely putting on weight. I can feel it. There's no two ways about it. The exhaustion from it is definitely in full effect. I feel pregnant. I am waddling. I'm definitely waddling and hobbling. There's no two ways about it. I think I said that a couple weeks ago. And a few people were like, you're not waddling that bad. I'm definitely waddling now. There's no two ways about it. I don't remember where I was, but my husband was with me, and I gotten up, and as I'm walking away, he was like, waddle, 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 waddle. And he was just being cute. I mean, I didn't mind it, but it was like, oh my God, if he's saying it now, I'm definitely waddling. So that's about it. That's about it. All the rest of the symptoms have pretty much stayed the same. The hands are still numb, but the wrists are still doing good. I've kept the protein up. That seems to keep the actual wrist pain away, which is the bad part. I can deal with numb fingers. That's fine. What else? Oh, the acid reflux. The acid reflux is still in full effect. The papaya enzymes I showed you guys last time, I definitely think they work, but you kind of got to take them in mass quantities. I was just taking one as needed. That after a while, that just wasn't cutting it, and I did have to go up to the recommended dosage, which I believe is 3 when you actually go to eat a meal. And that seems to be helping. It does. And honestly, I am more comfortable with taking papaya enzymes than, taking Tums like candy or Pepcid a couple times a day, which, there's nothing wrong with Pepcid, but obviously that's, more heavy duty. It's not as natural as papaya enzymes. So that's that. That's that. The only other thing that happened this week was my baby shower, which... it was surreal. It really was. I was definitely overwhelmed. Despite putting my life out here on YouTube, I don't like the spotlight. I know that sounds kind of backwards, but having a party thrown for you and everybody's like looking at you and whatnot, it was like, wow, this is weird. This is just it was completely foreign to me. But I got to tell you, I've been to numerous baby showers. One particularly comes to mind that I was at with someone else who at the time was also having a problem with infertility. And I remember both of us looking up at the mommy-to-be saying, when is it going to be our turn? When are we going to be the ones up there? And now is my turn. And I'm going to get emotional. Wow. It's surreal. It really is surreal. I never thought I was going to get to that part. I never thought it was finally going to work and that I would be the mommy to be at the baby shower. It's really emotional. It really is. That's all I can say. As for my baby shower, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I don't have a lot of family left. Unfortunately, a lot of the family that raised me is no longer of this world, and a lot of the rest of my family is out of state. So my amazing sister-in-laws threw my baby shower. So I am very lucky that I have awesome in-laws and I don't have the horror story in-laws that everybody likes telling you about. And there was turtles everywhere. Just so you know, there was turtles everywhere. They even made a turtle diaper cake, which I've never seen before. I will put a picture of that up here. And it was pretty awesome. It really was. I originally was going to do a video showing everything that I got at the baby shower, but I think I'm just going to show you guys a couple of things that I just really want to share because they were very original and very cute and very well thought out. So I'm just going to show you guys a couple of things and then I'm going to let you go. First things first. You guys know I'm a crocheter, those of you who have been watching me for a while, but thanks to these hands, man, I haven't been able to crochet in 6 months. It's just, it's uncomfortable and it's painful. But there was something I really wanted to crochet for DJ, and I told myself, you know what, it's not that big of an item, I can get through it. My intention was actually to go and buy the yarn soon and just do a little bit every night and get through it. Well, I had a friend that apparently was a mind reader, and she bought this. I know she doesn't crochet, so I know she hired somebody to do it. And unbeknownst to her, it is exactly what I was going to torture myself into making. and it's a little turtle prop. It's a little prop for baby's first photo shoot, and you know, this is the shell and this is the hat, and you just kind of have to picture the little baby curled up underneath it. It's adorable. And when I opened this, I was on the verge of tears because it was just, seriously, it was like having a mind reader for a friend. So this is just awesome. I absolutely love it, and it is definitely going to be in a picture of DJ's future. The other thing that actually the same person did, she got what I'm going to call family wear. Little Star Wars pants. These are supposed to be like DJ size for when he's a little bit larger. But what came with these was a matching pair for mommy and a matching pair for daddy. So apparently these need to be worn on like Christmas morning or something. But I have no idea where she got these. Maybe Etsy, I don't know, but I thought it was just absolutely adorable that they came in a set of 3. The next thing was my sister-in-law used some of these as decorations, some of them as gifts, some of them as just kind of randomly put throughout the house. She got a bunch of burpee bibs, and she had them embroidered with really, really cute things. And I'm just going to quickly go through these. This one has DJ's name on it. And this one says, I love Daddy. And of course we have I love Mommy. And you notice it's in fee green. See, my family even knows about fee green. And then the next one says Daddy's Boy. Little football helmets. And the last one made me bawl my eyes out. We had a tent. We had a tent outside the house so that people could be inside and outside. And underneath the tent, there was a clothesline that they decorated with baby clothes, which was absolutely adorable. If I can find a picture of that, I'll put it up here. And on this line was one of these burpee bibs that was embroidered in fee green. But look what it says. Mommy's Miracle. And I saw that and I lost it. It was all over with. So I had to share that with you guys. And the last thing I'm going to share is some of you who have been around for a while know that when I was able to crochet, I was known for crocheting blankets and kind of randomly giving them out to people on YouTube that I had been watching that, you know, their miracles finally came and things finally worked for them. And it was just my way of just giving them a special gift that hopefully would be put to good use. The blankets that I would make were hexagon shaped, so they were good for throwing over a carrier as a car seat carrier cover, or because of the yarn I used they were really thick and fluffy. Some people would use them for tummy time. I still see some of these mommies using them today and putting pictures on Instagram and Facebook. It makes the heart happy to know. And one of them, Beth sent me a message. Her little one has epilepsy, and whenever she takes him to the hospital, she brings that blanket with him because it reminds him of home. And when she sent that to me, oh my God, see, I'm going to start crying again. I was a wreck. I was a happy wreck, though. That being said, I received 3 blankets at the shower, which is amazing. I'm so used to giving the blankets out, not receiving them, that it meant a lot to me. And I'm going to share one of them with you. This was made by one of my friends. This one is actually loomed, but it's made with that super soft yarn, the same kind of yarn that I would use when I would make these other blankets. And I don't know, it's just the right size for a take-home blanket, maybe. We'll see. I haven't decided that yet. But if this one, and I did get 2 others, the other 2 were crocheted, and they were white and blue. So little DJ has 3 handmade blankets, and they will all be put to good use. That's it. That is everything I have for you guys this week. I will try to be back next week, but I don't think there's a whole lot going on with this next week. So if I'm not, I think I will, I'll upload something. I do still want to make a birth plan or birth wishes video that has to do with hypno babies and why I decided what I've decided. I also eventually, I'm going to do a hospital bag video when I get that far. I'm starting to gather things, but I haven't come anywhere close to packing yet. I need to do that soon. And when the nursery is finally done, which I still have a lot of work to do, I will be doing a nursery tour. So maybe if I don't do another update next week and I do another 2-week one at 34, then I will upload something, probably the birth plan video, because I do want to do that soon so that I can share that with you guys. That's it. This video is getting long, just like all of them, so I am going to let you go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. I'm starting to get boxes from Amazon showing up from the people who are participating in the online baby shower. And every time I get one of those, it just blows me away. So thank you to you guys who have sent something already. Obviously, I don't know who has sent what because I'm not allowed to open the boxes until September 27th. That's going to be rough. So that video is going to be coming too. So look out for that at the end of the month. All right, that's it. I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you for watching. I will talk to you guys soon in my next video. Bye. One last thing before I leave. And I'm going to show you a bump shot. I'm actually wearing a dress today, so I don't think any of you have actually seen me in a dress before. But I was wearing pants and like work tops, so this kind of accentuates the bump. Little boy is definitely growing. That is from the side. That is from the front. That is from the other side. Starting to feel some kicks up here finally. The placenta is up here, so for the longest time I wasn't feeling anything. I was feeling everything low, but he's getting stronger. All right, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.